One of the tools of life cycle thinking that has been used to evaluate the environmental impacts of products and services is called life cycle assessment, or LCA. In an LCA, the impacts are quantified using a standardized approach published by the International Standards Organization. Using a standard helps ensure that results can be compared and repeated. According to this standardized approach, an LCA includes 4 steps. In step 1, the goal definition and scope stage, the product or service to be analyzed is described in detail, and the purpose of the study is explicitly identified, and in this step, the system boundary is also defined. In step 2, the life cycle inventory assessment, all the materials, energy, resources and emissions are quantified and recorded in the life cycle inventory. In step 3, the impact assessment, this information is used for calculating the impacts of the product or service on the environment. Some examples of impacts that an LCA might consider are climate change, caused by the release of greenhouse gas emissions into the environment, such as from electricity production or chemical processes. Eutrophication, caused by an increase in nutrients in water bodies, for example from runoff from fertilizers or farming, which causes excessive growth in plant and algae species. Land occupation, land area used to support production. Toxicity to ecosystems and humans caused by the release of harmful chemicals into the environment. And resource depletion, from using up fossil fuels or minerals. Each activity may have impacts in more than one category. For example, burning coal to produce electricity for charging the vehicle's battery has an impact on resource depletion, climate change, and toxicity. Finally, in step 4, the interpretation, the results are checked and interpreted. There is often a wide range of impacts which can be geographically spread out. So policymakers sometimes have to make some difficult trade-offs about what is most important to them. In this case study, we've explained life cycle assessment through the example of assessing different kinds of vehicles. The reading activity contains other examples of where LCA is useful in policy decisions in the transport sector. This discussion has only looked at environmental impacts. Life cycle thinking also allows a policymaker to explore social and economic impacts. An example of a social impact from replacing petroleum vehicles with alternative options would be the improvement of the quality of life due to better air quality. An economic impact assessment would compare the impacts of policy options on the economy. So as we can see, deciding which vehicle a transport policy should support is complex. Using an LCA can help clarify these important decisions. In this lesson, we've learned about defining a system boundary and life cycle assessment. Our next lesson will look at how life cycle thinking has been used in plastic shopping bags and waste management policy. See you then.